Hi, my name is William, the founder of LD Journey. This will be a multi-part series of my life story growing up with a learning disability. The topic of this video will be focusing on my early childhood and my experience in school. I learned from my parents when I was born there was complications with my birth. I don't recall all the details they shared with me. What I do remember is the doctor said I'll never be able to walk, talk, and do many other functions for my life. One thing to bear in mind, these professionals are not perfect and their opinions are not always correct. From their diagnostic, they had idea that I might have struggles in my life. However, this does not mean my life is going to be very limited within their vision. What is important is to believe in your child and get them access to the right resource so your child can improve. As I got older, I was able to walk and talk, but I developed this skill at a later age than what an average child would develop this skill. I did have speech difficulties. During this phase of my life, I didn't understand this was one of the reasons why children was making fun of me. My parents did make me seek speech therapy so I can improve on my speaking. The official name of my disability is language-based learning disability. Having this disability, a person can have difficulty listening, reasoning, speaking, spelling, reading, writing, and math calculations. I did have difficulties with all the above during my childhood. I believe my official diagnostic was done at the age of 6. I also have slow processing speed, which takes me longer to learn things than an average person. When I started school, I didn't understand I had a learning disability. I did know my mind did function differently than other children in the class. I didn't understand why I was the only student struggling with math and English. For my tests, the school allowed me extra time in an isolated area to make it easier for me to focus. Once a week, I would leave school early during the afternoon to attend a center for speech therapy. Around grade 3 or 4, I was able to speak at a normal level. However, reading, spelling, and writing was still a challenge for me. Another hard thing for me is being Canadian. You're supposed to learn both English and French. The fact learning English was hard enough for me for having a learning disability. I couldn't comprehend learning French. French was the subject I always got the lowest mark. Interesting, despite I told you earlier I had issues with math, around grade 3 or 4 I started to excel very well. The extra tutoring might be the reason why I did improve. One experience I didn't enjoy in school is when the teacher read my written paper to the whole class. It had many grammar and spelling mistakes. She didn't ask my permission to read it. She didn't tell the class who wrote this paper. However, the teacher and the whole class was laughing at the author who wrote this due to these errors. I never told my parents about this story. If you do have a child, make sure they know if they ever get humiliated in class is to tell you. There are other cases a school will allow endless humiliation of a child that has a disability until one day the child decides to act up in class. Some schools do this to find a reason to get the student kicked out of school so they don't have to deal with them anymore. Friendships was not easy for me to form. I did have a few friends, however, during recess I was alone majority of the time. Things I did enjoy to do during my childhood was play with toys, video games, and watch TV. By the time I reached grade 6, I learned the subjects that interest me was math, science, and geography. Before graduating grade 8, I had to decide what high school I wanted to go to. The school board had one view versus my father had a different view which school I should attend. In the next video, you'll learn the outcome of this situation and what was my experience like in high school. You'll also learn how me setting up for myself opened many opportunities for my life. If you do have a child that has difficulties, Please get your child assessed to find out if they have a learning disability. This will allow your child to get extra support for school if your child does have one. It is important to stand up for your child and support them to help improve their mental health. In the video description, I will have a link of learning disability organizations. If you discover there's an organization does not exist in your local area, please do a Google search or contact your local, provincial, or federal government to learn how to find an organization. If you do find a good organization that's not listed in our directory, please contact me so I can add it. Please ensure you review the whole video description to find links to learn more information on language-based learning disability and slow processing speed. There are also links for our website and social media site so you can follow us. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I am looking forward to releasing the next topic, which will be available before the end of this month.